Welcome back to MurrayMax. We got another video here from Charlie Kirk from his campus tour. This one is in regards to what is labeled a feisty tree hugger. And so apparently she's going to get exposed for some scientific inconsistencies here. But let's take a look. And as usual, I haven't watched it yet, so we're going to watch it together. And if you want to, comment, like, subscribe, whatever. If you don't, whatever. Here we go.
All right, we got 15 minutes. Let's do a disagree lightning round. Yes.
Okay, so I have a question when you think about... I was wondering why do you agree with Donald Trump abusing fossil fuels and making the climate change crisis much worse than it is already?
Well, hold on. Wait, what do you mean abusing fossil fuels?
Abusing fossil fuels, like absolutely going in and destroying coal and making carbon dioxide go much more worse than it has to be. Like, don't you see it's making oceans much more polluted?
No.
Absolutely. Do you know what carbon dioxide is?
Yes. You want to see it?
Okay, you can't see it. It's a chemical property.
Well, you want to hear it?
You can't hear it either.
Just did.
Not gonna lie, that's kind of funny. Let me know in the comments if you think that's funny.
No, you can't. You're hearing my voice. You're hearing the frequency of my voice. Like, okay, so you don't believe in climate change. You don't believe in climate change?
Hold on.
We're in 2025. We're in the 21st
You're at a 10.
century.
Let's be at like maybe an 8.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, you're a little intense.
Sorry.
Okay, we all are made of carbon. We all expel...
Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. Right, continue.
Yes, okay, carbon is life.
When people do this, they think they're cooking, and it's like, no, I wish that he would have flipped it on her. Can you tell me what carbon dioxide is? Because she comes up there and talking about Trump is abusing, it's just, he's using coal and the oceans are getting more polluted. If you look at actual graphs and actual documented information about the United States and other countries' output of carbon dioxide and emissions, it's been decreasing every year. But they never want to point out the fact, even Greta, how dare you? She doesn't want to point out the fact that, India and China are doubling and tripling their outputs over a certain timeline. And every advances that we did make, even if it was true what, all the Beta O'Rourke's and the AOCs say, where it's like, we have 7 years before it's too late. If that were true, then I guess we should be looking at India and China and places like that are massive countries that are building new coal power plants every 2 weeks and just doubling their emissions on a 10-year timeline, I think it is. I think it's like every 10 years. Don't quote me on this. Every 10 years, China's emissions output like doubles or something, or goes up 50% or something like that. I'm totally saying the numbers wrong, but it is a significant change. So all of this pretending that Trump is the reason. Look, Trump does good things, and there's some things that he does that are disagreeable, but we can't blame Trump for everything across the globe. It's just such a tired and worn out argument.
We expel carbon.
Carbon does not exist without... Life doesn't exist without carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and phosphorus and sulfur.
Okay, let me finish my point. We agree that global temperatures are rising. We are not clear to the degree that human beings are responsible, and we believe that climate change solutions are far worse for humanity than any good that they would possibly do. Those are the 3 truth claims that we say about climate change.
Okay, can you repeat your second claim again?
We are not sure to the degree that human beings are responsible for rising global temperatures. Anthropogenic climate change is highly debated.
Why is it highly debated? What do you think happened in the industrialization period?
How much, to what degree are human beings contributing to climate change?
Literally 100%. We
Wrong.
are the destruction.
We don't know that. It could be a...
Why don't you know that? It's because you don't read science. You don't believe in college.
I don't read science, as if science is like the Bible. Like there's a single place that I have to read.
Science is not the Bible. The Bible...
I've read the book of science cover to cover. Like, what is she talking about? You don't just read science. You could say you're not reading scientific research-based articles or something like that. But the whole thing is misrepresented in bad faith from the get-go. When someone calls you a climate change denier, it's like they're saying that you deny that the climate ever changes. It's like, I don't believe that we're going to be dead in 7 years if we don't tax the hell out of everybody and, join the Paris Accord and things like that. But I do understand that over time, the climate does change. It always has. It's the whole reason why there wasn't an ice age, and then there was, and then there wasn't again. That didn't happen because pre-Neanderthals had Suburbans and Humvees and stuff like that, and big lifted trucks, and it's all their fault, and they tried to make the Industrial Revolution.
way different than the fact you can't.
There's a lot of debate about what is causing rising global temperatures. It could be solar flares. It could be tilts of the Earth.
Solar uses solar power. How does it emit carbon dioxide?
She doesn't even know what a solar flare is, but she's so passionate about this argument. He's not talking about sun rays that generate electricity.
Solar flares. Are you familiar with them? Flares of the sun?
Okay, fine, you got me. Next.
Yes, okay.
Next! You said you don't have time. I don't have time either.
Okay. I'm sure she's so busy.
I encourage you to go do some research.
I encourage you to do research.
I encourage you to have a little bit less pride about your positions and a little more humility, and you will learn more. Humility is the beginning of learning and knowledge.
Right.
Thank you.
This exchange reminds me of that Rachel Maddow exchange where the climate scientist and the guy that was responsible for a strong background in something said to her, "I wish you were as right as you are passionate about this." And so, when you get these loonies that come up here and they act like they're so amped up, but they can't even tell you basic information. And the way they even present their argument, it's like, okay, congratulations. You memorize terms like carbon dioxide, carbon and sulfur and things like that. But outside of that, she can't even have a conversation. You can tell when someone's confident because they can actually have an exchange based off information. This is not confidence. This is arrogance and ignorance combined. Let me know in the comments what you think. This one's kind of a short one. It's from the lightning round. So sometimes I like the shorter videos. Just get it over and done with. I'll stop talking now to keep it short. Go ahead and like and subscribe, comment on there, and keep following for some more. Thanks.